Hi, my name's Glenn. This is Karen, my wife, and this is our bus. Hello everybody, Glenn Denman here, working on the bus again today. Today I want to talk about pocket doors. So I've got my pocket doors figured out here, and I really like the way they came out. One of the common problems with pocket doors in a bus with where the ceiling hasn't been raised, or maybe the ceiling hasn't been raised and leveled, typically you're going to have a curved ceiling in a bus, and which is what I have here, obviously. So the pocket door, usually a traditional pocket door usually can't be installed, because what happens is the track that goes on top of the door, you'd typically have two rollers on top of the door, and then this track that would go the full length, 4, 5, 6 feet, however wide the double the width of the pocket door. So typically this track would almost have to extend so far that it would end up outside of the roof, and you'd have to put a bump on the roof or something like that, which I suppose a person could do, but obviously I didn't want to do that. So what I did was I was able to get these pocket doors from a local RV company, and they were just some doors they had laying around. It looked like they've been in their shop for probably 20 years, but they're unfinished, and they're kind of a maple wood, and they're pretty nice doors, and I had to, of course, cut them down to work. So these are the doors, this one here, and then the other one over there. And so the way that I resolved this issue with the rollers is I created this track on the bottom of the door. So this track that's on the bottom, basically the way I have it set up here is I've got the one roller at the top on the left side, which is a stationary roller. In other words, it's not adjustable. The track isn't adjustable, it's all stationary. So at the bottom corner, on the opposite corner, I have another roller that rolls in this track that is not stationary. In other words, this track can be removed to adjust up or down at either end to give me my ultimate adjustment that I would need for this pocket door. So once the other panel gets installed over the top of this, then the refrigerator is going to go next to it and stuff like that. So it's going to be built in. So this track at the bottom will be removable. So I'll be able to just slide that track out, make the adjustments, which I have set up at the end here. I've got it to where it's fully adjustable. I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and pull this bottom track out so you can see how it works. So I've got the track pulled out, and it's just a piece of 2-inch wide by about 1.5 inch tall aluminum channel. This is a bunch of stuff that I've had in my shop for a long time from my old Tin Man days. And so basically I've got it to where I can adjust these bolts here, 1/4 inch bolts, and then I can lock them down. And these are those threaded, like threaded rivets. I don't remember what you call them, but so this track slips in, and I've got a bunch of junk here now, but anyway, so this track basically sits like so, approximately. So the wheel, basically what I've got on the bottom here for a wheel is I've got one of these ball bearing shower door roller wheels, and it's just mounted to one of those steel brackets. It's shaped like a T. So I've got the steel bracket screwed to the bottom of the door, and I've got the T bent down, sticking down enough to where the wheel can mount. And then on this side here, I've got one of these leveling glides like you would put on the bottom of your furniture, and it provides a nice smooth surface to ride up against the inside of the aluminum here. So once this is in place, this works pretty well. So once that's in place, then the door will slide like so, back and forth, and it ends up in this pocket here, if you will. Goes across. So once I have the other side of the wall on, the door won't be able to move in and out like this. So that'll keep it aligned. So basically the way I've got it adjusted now is that right now it just goes right on in there. It stops at that corner, and I've got the exposure that I'm looking for at this side. So basically this side I've got it where it's about 3/4 of an inch here. So by the time I put my 1x2 trim on each side of the door, then it'll be flush with that trim. When it's opening and closing, you know, when it's all the way open, then the track is adjustable in order to give me the reveal that I'm looking for. On that is from that perspective. And then when the door's shut, of course, then I would adjust the front side of the track, or this end of the track, with the shim where it's screwed down to the floor. It would be screwed down to the floor, and that would give me my finish reveal of 3/4 of an inch here, which is what I have. So I'll have to do some more finer adjustments once I have all my door jamb material on. But that's the thing, is I can fully adjust this lower track as much as I want. It's pretty much infinite adjustment in order to get those reveals correct, whether the door is open or shut. So basically this hole that I've got here, just to talk about this a little bit. So of course this was a series of experiments, and I ended up having to put this piece in as a guide, and I may have something on the other side as well. But in order to get the door to where I didn't have to have the door be round on top or whatever, I went ahead and just cut this notch in the ceiling, which is inside the wall, and you can't see it. So really the notch is only as deep as the OSB, and then the 1/2 inch foam that I installed over all of the steel. And this is done without exposing any of that steel as well. So this hole only goes to the 2-inch foam that I spray foamed into the ceiling. So I haven't compromised my 2-inch spray foam that I have up there. So this works really well. Now, when this is open, the reason I wanted to have my adjustment at the bottom instead of at the top is because then I don't have to mess with my ceiling height or any of that. You know, I suppose I could have made this roller here adjustable, but I had to do something to make this adjustable no matter what, because of the fact that it's, you know, having to be back in at the bottom of the wall instead of a typical arrangement where this would be at the top of the top of the door. And so that's why I made this stationary. So what I have here is I have 6 foot 3 inches right here, 6 foot 3 1/4 inches up to the bottom of the track. So when I put my trim on, it'll just come down maybe 1/4 of an inch past. So I'll have 6 foot 3 inches to the trim, and that's not too bad for a ceiling that's about 6 foot 5. So I've only lost literally 2 inches at the middle part of my ceiling here in order to install this fully functional pocket door. So this has really worked out well. So this is the pocket door from the kitchen into the bathroom, and then this is the identical pocket door from the bedroom from the bathroom into the bedroom. So it does exactly the same thing. I've got the adjustable track on the bottom. I've got the notch here. The only thing I don't have here yet is the wall that it's going to close against. But this thing just works just as slick as can be. Now, I haven't figured out my latching stuff yet, or locking or whatever. I may just have something simple like some magnets. I mean, we're not really that concerned with the doors actually locking. That's not a real big deal. If the door's shut, usually people are pretty respectful for that sort of thing. But obviously you don't want the doors to be able to swing in and out when you're driving and things like that, so you have to have some kind of latching mechanism on it. But I'll figure that part out later as I start to put the trim on. So anyway, so that's it for my pocket door, and I hope you liked the video. And I really like the way it came out. It took many hours of thought and consideration, and I've built these parts. Like this is my second track. This is probably my third attempt at a track up above, and I've monkeyed with these wheels 3 or 4 times, but I think I've got it pretty much down to a science now, and these pocket doors should work pretty good by the time I get the rest of the walls put together. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you liked the video. I sure did enjoy this part of it. Some parts in the bus are kind of difficult to figure out and things like that, and some parts don't come out quite the way you would hope, but these pocket doors came out precisely to what I was looking for, so I'm very pleased with them. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care.